Cabernet Franc, fortified. Not something you see every day. This is day 38 of our challenge, opening a new Canadian wines every single day until we hit 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So, what do we do with Cap Franc here in Canada? We do it so very well in very different style across the country. But this fortified, I haven't seen that quite often. And that's what Mitch McCurdy, under his Eve Eclectic label, is doing with this special bottle. This is Redacted 2022 fortified Cap Franc. So I've been on record many times explaining that probably Cap Franc is our most prolific red grape varietals across the country. We have some in Nova Scotia, right on the cliff of the Big Fundy in Niagara. I mean, there's no doubt that Niagara's king red grape is Cap Franc, and more in BC, all over the Okanagan and the Similkameen, they're replanting Syrah, putting it out because it's might be the troubled child with winter freeze, and replanting with Cap Franc because Cap Franc is a little bit more winter hardy. So we're seeing more and more Cap Franc, more and more high quality Cap Franc. I have countless examples of outstanding Cap Franc, especially from Niagara Escarpment, Niagara Peninsula. But here, fortified might be my first one. And so Mitch McCurdy is the winemaker at Mary Nesson Winery. Very talented. We talked about Mary Nesson on this video, who's quite often. And but Mitch also runs his own little personal brand, which is Eve Eclectic. And he does some really off the beaten path type of stuff, some really eclectic stuff. So I'm excited to taste the Fortify. Why? Because it's Easter weekend and we're talking about pairing. We're talking about which kind of wines are best with Easter pairing, which dish, the ham, the turkey, the roasted lamb. But then we talk about the dessert, the chocolate tart, or I don't know, whatever your family's cooking for dessert. But here, that Cap Franc port style, so fortified, might be the answer here. So let's give it a go. What is usually the classic process for fortifying your regular wine, right? Because you make a regular Cap Franc, harvest, press, yeast, transform the sugar into alcohol, right? The natural process. But here, you throw a very high percentage alcohol spirit in the wine, and it kills the yeast, so stop the fermentation and preserve that sugar which already in there. But wait, what makes usually port a little sweeter, but also higher alcohol, between 16 and 20% alcohol. This one 19.7, so big boy. Why are we not used to do Cap Franc with that? Well, because Cap Franc is a higher acidity grape, and usually you tend to use the classic port Douro Portuguese grape varietals, Tempranillo, or also these native Portuguese grape varietals, which are lower in alcohol. So here, higher acid, a little bit herbaceousness, some spice. So how's this gonna come out? Like, I mean, this is a fairly Cap Franc nose, I would say, more on the dark cherry, black forest cake, that little fortified nose as well. But just like a little bit of herbaceousness, some savory notes on the nose. Love the leg. I love the color. So let's see. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a swirl. This is round. This is rich. There's the alcohol doesn't come out intoxicating, doesn't come out too much. I mean, it feels very well balanced, and even at 19.7, there's still a little tannin in there, which is very nice, and I like the burst of spice in the back end. So there's that port richness, but there's that also that Cap Franc typicity across that wine. So very well received. This is interesting. This is fun. I enjoy that, and I can definitely pour that to our guests for a nice Easter dinner. Very versatile. I can see that with cheese as well. So well done, Mitch. Good job. I think you're really represented exactly what you wanted to do here. A port style wine with a little bit of different, like something a little unique, and this is unique, and this is good. I'll give it a 90 points, $35 a bottle for a full 750 ml, so really good option here for dessert wine. This is the 2022 Eve Eclectic Redacted, Cab Franc Fortified. So if you like what we're doing here, just hit the subscribe button. This is day 38 of our YouTube challenge, where we taste a different Canadian wines every single day until we hit 8,000 subscribers. So share the love, because we make very world-class Canadian wine here all across Canada.